Hi Virgo, this will be your reading for the first couple weeks of July, okay, first half of July, around in there. So let's take a look. What we're going to do is take a look at love first, and then second part we will look at career and those types of things. So let's get going with love for Virgo. Highest and clearest information, please, for Virgos watching this video. Love only. Highest and clearest information for Virgos. Okay, all right, so in the love sector, oh boy, let's see. All right, it's going to be one of those readings. Sorry, Virgo. When I laugh, I'm not laughing at, it's just, all right. So it's not horrible. I mean, I mean, there are good things coming in, but I know that's no fun to hear because we want good things now. Okay, so I get that. But unfortunately, so what I'm seeing here is we have 2 sevens in your position right now. So it looks like something that you have put a lot of time and effort into, in the love sector, in relationships and things like that. There's just something not right about it, okay? We have the 7 of Swords. So, I mean, it's possible, that you have somebody on the side, Virgo. That's very possible. Somebody has problem, most likely. Now, this is a general reading, so it's not going to apply to all. But most likely, somebody here in this relationship has something else going on, okay? Could possibly be you, actually. I was thinking it would be the other person, but it may be you. And this might just become, it's becoming such a burden. It's becoming a lot, and, maybe it never was intended to go, in this direction, but it has. And now it's just kind of, its time is up kind of thing. If that is not the case, it's hard to nail what it could be. It could, I'm going for that because it's the most obvious, in a love reading. It's not that I'm not creative enough to think of 50 million other things it could be. It's just that that's typically what this is when it shows up. It could be some other things. It could just be something you've just, you've invested a lot of, time and effort into this person, into growing this relationship. And again, like I just said in the beginning, there's just something not right, and that something could be 50 million things, in a general reading. So, without throwing out 10 clarifying cards here or, getting too involved, I'll just leave it at that. And chances are you probably already know what that would be anyway. Okay. Because I think it's going to become apparent, there's nothing, in other words, if there isn't anything, this reading probably wouldn't apply to you then. It's probably, not going to resonate because it seems like something that, you will know, it's not something hidden from you, that I'm going to tell you about, it's something that you're probably already kind of have a clue on and what's, cueing into what isn't right. Okay. Your obstacles are putting an end to this, whatever it may be. That's why I kind of was leaning towards this may be you, having somebody else, and I think you have the wisdom to know that this is, the right. I'm sorry, I should have showed you the cards too. I'll get to the first. I have the 7 of Pentacles, and I have the 7 of Swords. Okay, so there's changes about. There's definitely changes going on at the time that you're watching this. If there's not, like I said, the video, this love part probably is not for you. You might just want to watch the career one. Okay, so for your obstacles, you have the Hermit and the 10 of Swords. Well, the Hermit is, the card of Virgo. But it's also the card of wisdom and sort of knowing what's in your best interest and things like that. So with the 10 of Swords here, I think your wisdom yourself, being Virgo, is saying this needs to end. This needs to go. It needs to die. And this may be betrayal. So again, maybe it was your partner doing this to you. I don't know. Could go either way. Either way, though, your obstacle is knowing that you have there's been a betrayal here, and that on whoever's side there's been a betrayal, and it needs to end. So that's your obstacle. You might not be facing that, in other words, okay? And the reason I say that too is because your outcome is the 7 of Cups. So yet another 7, all right? So 7s, are a highly spiritual number for one, and they relate to change a lot also, things that need to change. That's kind of what this is about. At the bottom of the deck, you have the 10 of Wands. So again, this is something that's been going on a long time, that you've purposely kind of piled up a bunch of things in front of you to do and concentrate on, so that you necessarily didn't have to deal with this particular thing, whatever this may be, and probably not even knowing that. Probably we do that to ourselves a lot of times unknowingly. It's like there's one thing that we don't really want to face or do or whatever, and so like we'll take on a whole bunch of other things to kind of make those the issues, or those the problems, to solve, because we know we can solve them, and they're little, and or they might not be little, but they're things that we know we can tackle, whereas the main biggie, we don't want to look at sometimes. The thing is, though, you have some victories coming up if you can get through this. You have the Chariot card, okay, beautiful card in this deck. You have the Strength card. You're going to have the strength to do this, all those good things. You have the 6 of Wands, which is another victorious card, like the Chariot card. And then you have the 3 of Wands, which is something in the future kind of working out for you, and, good things. So, hold on one minute. Sorry, I've been talking a lot today, so it's like sometimes I notice I get worked up. I just got to kind of settle down. Okay, let's take a look at who's coming towards you so we can get a better picture on this deal, because the thing is, with the 7 of Cups, I see this as still slow moving, like not getting resolved, necessarily. And when the obstacle is to get it resolved, kind of deal. And the outcome is more sort of not doing that necessarily. But let's see what's coming towards you and get a better look at this. Towards Virgo. Okay. All right. So some of you could be dealing with Aries, maybe Leo, possibly Taurus. I lean more towards Aries because of the fire elements here. Let's see. Yeah, I lean more towards that, but could be any sign. Really doesn't matter. There's pretty much every element. We've got water, air, earth. Do we have earth? Yeah, earth. And wands, so everything. So anyway, the person that you are dealing with, and it very well could be Leo too, with the Sun card and Knight of Wands combo. But again, it doesn't really matter whoever it is that you're dealing with. This person is bold. They are probably very attractive, and they have a lot of energy right now. And I mean, the Knight of Wands typically is a player card. I'll say that. And this person does have a choice between two people in their obstacles. So it's possible that this is the person, not you, that was doing this. All right. So this particular person, there's also 2 babies in this particular picture, very young, early infants. So if that means anything to anyone. I think the person genuinely wants something with you. I think that they are just very bold, very blazing, they're not subtle, and I think, this is the kind of person that it's like, why should I settle down? Because I'm kind of all that, and that's kind of the feeling I get, and not in a bad way though. I know that sounds weird because that sounds like not such a great quality, but I don't get a bad quality from this person. I get a very vibrant quality from from this person. Excuse me. I'm just not convinced it's necessarily the match for you, is what I see. And not because you're not vibrant or you're not those things either. It's just when I look at the picture going here, it's just they are a whole lot, and you're sort of, and I'm not just saying this because you're Virgo, but I was going to say methodical, and I'm not saying that just because you're a Virgo, because that's like such a typical trait, and that probably gets annoying to hear. But I do see somebody here that is kind of methodical, and very, like I said, willing to take time, take patience to grow something that is worth, growing, and that you see value in, and this person is just like, oh my God, let's go do this, and oh my God, let's go do that. They're just like they're just a whole lot, so the match isn't really matching up for me here. Now, I will say, they do have, in their outcome, they do have, and again, with two children, this is weird because at the beginning, we start off with these two babies with the sun card for them. And then at the end, we end up with these two children that are, kind of like tween aged, and we have a wiser person here at the end. So I think what this is telling me is, that this person has potential to be those things that you do want. And I get it. It's like you're sort of, you don't know what to do with this situation because you probably see that. You probably see the potential in this person, but you probably also know they're not going to be that for a long time. I mean, if we're going from this as a time sector, that's saying we're going from like little babies and infants to tweens or preteens or whatever. So what are we talking, like 13 years or something to get, I mean, I don't know, it depends how patient you are, watering this tree and waiting for it to grow, kind of deal, that's kind of up to you. In their obstacle sector, they have a choice, it looks like, it's a two of wands. So they have a choice and they're not making it. They'd rather just stay cocooned, not facing it, not dealing with it, and not really make a choice. So this may be our culprit as far as who is doing this kind of maybe sneaking around or having something else on the side or whatever this may be, that is an issue. So, I mean, the magician is here. There is potential for this person, to magically, with the magician, turn into somebody who will, be more kind of what you want, be more the protector, the home provider, the more stable, type of thing that you're looking for in a relationship. But it's going to take a while, and the person has the potential. They have the wisdom. They have all that. But right now, they are liking, where they're at. They're liking life. They're bold. They're having fun. Maybe, maybe either this isn't a good match for you, or maybe, if you really want to, this is up to you. Don't do something for somebody else because you think that will keep them or anything like that. But maybe that, you need to maybe possibly add a little bit more of that into your life or something. Possibly, I don't know. I think with your obstacles, though, that your wisdom is telling you that this kind of needs to go, that it's not working, and that this person has something going on, that, with the Seven of Swords, that's not about growing a relationship at this point. Maybe in the future, but not right now. So, okay, I'll leave it there, Virgo. Let's see. Let's take a look at your career and work and all those good things. So if anybody feels like time stamping this at, let's say, 1455, work and career for the sign of Virgo. Wow, cards just wanting to go, 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 go. All right. Okay, Virgo, let's see what's up for your working career for the first part of July. And then I need to drink myself a big glass of water because I've been talking too much. I'm thirsty, I can tell. All right. Virgo, work and career for the first part of July. What's going on with Virgo? Highest, clearest information for Virgos watching this video, please, related to their work and finances. One more shuffle and we are good. Yep, okay. Work and finances, forward for Virgo. Darn it, stay. Wow, lots of changes underfoot, Virgo, that's for sure. I think you guys are going to have an interesting month. Yeah, you guys are going to come out on top. This is going to be an interesting month for you guys. I think there's going to be some changes, some cleaning house, all kinds of stuff, and I think it's necessary. And I think, well, I mean, I don't personally think it's. I mean, I'm saying, the car. I think the universe is saying, yeah, it's time to clean some house. Let's get some stuff, straightened out and get it in order. That type of thing. And let's get this rolling in a different direction. For some of you, you're definitely leaving something. Okay, with these two cards, you are walking away from something that probably was, just did not serve you. Just didn't do well for you. Maybe you weren't treated well. Maybe you weren't respected. Maybe you weren't just recognized, for the good work that you did. It could be many things. This could have been something too that you were at for quite a while with the Hierophant here. That definitely could be. But you come out in the outcome. So I'm thinking you do have 5 of Swords here too. I mean, 5 of Swords, 5 of coin. So I think you're going to have enough money, but it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. You do have, in your obstacles, you have the 6 of coin and you have the Hierophant. So it might be a little challenging at first to find something that is balanced enough to give you the kind of money that you need. But I think you're going to come out of this on top with the Hermit. So let's just take a look. The ultimate outcome. What's going on with this? Yeah, wow. Whatever this was, that you were betrayed with this job, or this career, or whatever it was, that has to do with the career finances section of this reading. It felt, like a stab in the back. Could have been something you were at a long time. Maybe you were just there a short time. I don't know. It feels like it just sucks. It's not, not a happy energy. I get it. But I do feel like things are changing. Let's take a look here. And I just saw too, the Queen of Wands was at the bottom of the deck too. I feel like you handled this gracefully, whatever this was, and it might not have felt like it, but I think that was the perception, that you did handle this very gracefully. So whatever it was, or will be, that goes down. And this isn't for everybody. So, this could have been, somebody else. But, okay, let's see. Okay, nice. All right. So with your outcome, I just wanted to clarify, with the Hermit coming out, which is you, is the Virgo sign of Virgo for this card. But again, and you had it earlier in your other reading, it's about wisdom. And I just wanted to make sure that you were on top of things with this outcome. And absolutely. And here's the beautiful part. Justice. Okay. So whatever this was, that happened was probably unjust. It probably felt like a betrayal. But the thing is, it's like I was talking about before about the universe kind of like, kind of wanting to clean house for you. This was needed. This was karmic. It needed to go. Okay. And it might not have felt like it. It might not feel like it now, all those things, but this is, saying trust this is going to balance for you in the end. This is what we intended, as I'm talking for the universe now, like the universe saying, this is what we intended for you. This is, you're going to get just dues, something good is going to happen. Look at that. You have underneath the deck, the Three of Cups. This is about celebrating. This is about being happy, and going out and celebrating, and probably celebrating the fact that you're not at that effing place anymore. And also that you got something better and something new and something good that is, karmically due to you. All right. So I do like the outcome. It's going to be a bit of a challenge because I feel like, the traditional type of job or workplace that you may have been in before might be a challenge for you this time around, with this. It might be hard, to take a balanced approach to this because maybe you were really, effed over, and it's going to be challenging for you to try to get back right into that same type if your work was like in the traditional realm of things, big organizations, big corporate, that type of stuff. If not, then your challenge just may be, there might be some sort of marriage or partnership that could be a challenge, in some way. That's sometimes what the Hierophant would stand for, or it's just commitment in general. It just might be a challenge for you to commit to something because of what you just went through, and who could blame, that's an understandable place to be. But I do believe if you have the balance, Tower card, things are coming. The Tower card in a good way, because then, with strength, and you've got good offers like coming through, in the future. This is awesome. There will be some sort of just celebration, with something good that's going to come. So just be aware, you may need to try some things that are different than what you normally do, just in the beginning, and that might be what you celebrate about. Maybe it's time for a change and something different than what you normally go through. Maybe instead of going through these large, corporate type jobs or whatever that it may be, you try something a little bit, not crazy. I'm not saying like totally step out of the box here. That's not what I see. But, maybe just kind of challenging yourself a little bit, being able to sway with some other different types of ideas is all. Okay. Not heavy challenge, I think you'll be fine with that. And again, justice. I love seeing that after something like that happened. That's really awesome. So. All right, guys. Well, not the super best reading, but typically what follows from these readings are much better readings down the road. So this is the way life is. So next one will be up. So just hang in there and keep at it. And the thing I like the most about both of these readings is the wisdom coming through from both of them. It's like you're smart. You know what you're doing. And it's like, yes, some things may suck, or, this might, really have hurt, or, it might be a bad stage of life right now that's just, getting you down and that sort of thing. But that wisdom card, which is you, which is Virgo, how cool is that to have as a tarot card? That's just the coolest thing. And that's for a reason, is because you guys do have the wisdom, the mental tenacity, and fortitude to get through these things. So just hang in there. Next one probably is on the way up. All right, guys. I'll see you for the next second part of July reading soon. All right.